Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. US President Donald Trump has declared that the airspace above and around Venezuela is closed in its entirety. The statement, posted on Truth Social, was directed at airlines, pilots, drug traffickers and human traffickers, though the White House has not provided further details on enforcement. The move comes as Washington increases pressure on President Nicolas Maduro's government. Venezuela's communications ministry has not yet responded to the announcement. The Director General of ISPR, Lieutenant General Ahmed Sharif Chowdhury, has accused the Afghan Taliban regime of fully facilitating terrorists infiltrating Pakistan, and said misleading propaganda was being spread against Pakistan's security forces regarding border management. He said there is a strong political terror crime nexus in border regions, facilitated by the terrorists. He questioned, what kind of guests are these who enter Pakistan with arms, adding that the Afghan Taliban regime did not represent the Afghan people. US FDA Commissioner Marty Makary says 10 child deaths reported after COVID-19 vaccination are under review. He says the cases, first recorded under the Biden administration, will be made public. A New York Times report earlier cited an FDA memo suggesting myocarditis may have been a possible factor, though health officials stress investigations are ongoing. Pope Leo visited Istanbul's famed Blue Mosque, removing his shoes in a sign of respect, but not appearing to pray in his first visit as leader of the Catholic Church to a Muslim place of worship during his 4-day visit to Turkey. The first US Pope bowed slightly before entering the mosque and was led on a tour of the expansive complex by its imam and the Mufti of Istanbul. Leo smiled during the 20-minute visit and joked with one of his guides, the official who leads the daily calls to prayer. Global airlines are racing to fix a major software glitch in Airbus A320 jets after a sweeping recall temporarily grounded aircraft across Asia and Europe. The recall affects 6,000 planes, more than half of Airbus's entire A320 family fleet, making it one of the largest in the company's 55-year history. The disruption is already raising concerns for US travelers, as the issue threatens flight schedules during the busiest travel weekend of the year. The United States has immediately paused issuing visas to individuals travelling on Afghan passports. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio confirmed the suspension in a post on X, saying visa issuance had been paused for all individuals travelling on Afghan passports. In a parallel move, the US Citizenship and Immigration Services say they have halted all asylum decisions until they can ensure that every alien is vetted and screened to the maximum degree possible. Georgian authorities have arrested opposition leader Alexandra Elisashvili in Tbilisi on charges of attempted arson at the court chancellery building. Police say he broke in at dawn by smashing a window with a hammer, then poured gasoline and tried to set the building on fire. Officials report he was carrying a firearm and injured a court bailiff during the arrest. Meanwhile, the Afghan man accused of shooting 2 National Guard members in Washington, killing one, will face first-degree murder charges. US Attorney for the District of Columbia said that other charges would be filed against 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakhanwal, who she said ambushed the soldiers from the West Virginia National Guard near the White House. Formal charges were not immediately filed against Lakhanwal, who had been in the US since 2021 under a program of then-President Joe Biden's administration to resettle Afghans who helped the US during the war in their homeland. He was granted asylum under Trump. Russian drones and missiles have attacked districts of Kyiv, killing 1 person and injuring 11, with explosions and falling drone debris triggering fires. The head of Kyiv's military administration said there had been strikes at 6 locations on Saturday, with apartment buildings and other dwellings hit in the city of 3 million. The military administration said the body of one resident was recovered from rubble at an apartment building that had been set ablaze. A child was rescued from the same building. Anthony Albanese has become the first Australian Prime Minister to tie the knot while in office, when he married his partner Jodie Hayden in a private ceremony. The couple married at a small ceremony in the presence of family and close friends at The Lodge in the capital city, Canberra. Albanese said in a statement released to the media that the couple are absolutely delighted to share their love and commitment to spending their future lives together in front of family and closest friends. Russian President Vladimir Putin has told Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán that he would still be happy to meet US President Donald Trump in Budapest. The meeting in Hungary had been agreed in October, but later cancelled by Trump. Putin and Orbán also discussed crude oil and gas supplies for Hungary, as well as ongoing peace efforts in Ukraine. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you